It is our project title. Our project title name is Mining Coherent Topics with Pre-Learned Interest Knowledge in Twitter. It is our project abstract. Discovering the sentimental coherent topics from the large amount of user generated content UGC in the social media would fold facilitate the many downstream applications of intelligent computing. The topic model as one of the most powerful algorithms have been widely used to discovering the latent sentiment patterns in text collections. However, the one key weakness to the topic the model in that the need a document with a certain length of the provide realistics for generating the coherent topics. In Twitter, the user the tweet are almost shortly and noisy observations of the word coherence and concurrence in comparability for a topic model. To deal within the problems, the previous work tried to in comparative and prior kingdom to the obtain the better result. However, the strategy is not practical for this fast evolving the user generated content in Twitter. In this our process we first clustered the user according to the retweet network and the user interest are minded as the prior knowledge such as the data is applied to improve the performance of the topic learning. The potential casings of the effective of these approaches is that user in the same community usually share the similar interest, which will the result is the less the noise subset the data set. Our algorithm our pre-learning two types of the interest knowledge from the data set, the interested word set and the tweet interested performance matrix. Furthermore, the dedicate the background model in this introduce the judge whether the avoiding the in drawn of this background noise. Experimental of our two real-life Twitter data set shows our model achieves this significantly improve this for the state to art baselines. In our process, we propose the novel topic model called SILDA. LDA is the social interest. We develop the model from the two ways to achieve the better performance. One is the promoted distance sensitive topic by incorporations of this interest knowledge, and another is reduce the background noise in this promoting process that interest the regard the prior knowledge, which is the very simple the must like the however that is covering the proper prior knowledge for this rapidly evolving the Twitter is extremely difficult. It is our project flow diagram. In our project flow diagram, the first module is data selection, and the second is data pre-processing, and third is load stopword. In our first model, the data selection, the user can be selected as Twitter related information data, so that this information can be passed from this data pre-processing. The data pre-processing is one of the type of the pre-processing. It can be remove the underlined and null words and underlined information data. For example, some of the underlined attribute can be involving this process. Some of the attributes are missing this process. So this the pre-processing can be remove the underlined information and null value information. So our data size can be extract for this extract there. So this extracted keyword data can be passed from this next process and load stopword. The load stopword is using some of the stopword dictionary. The dictionary can be some of the word can be acquiring the stopword dictionary. So this matching this word and can be this word can be acquiring this data pre-processing data. The word can be removed from stopword remover. So the stopword remover can be remove the underlined information data and next processing post tagging. The post tagging is a tool. It can be tag the words for it can be classify the word from noun, pronoun, adjective and adverb. It can be classify them and it can be classified and can be stored for this file system. So the next is the word reducing process. The word reducing means the data can be reducing size and it can be pre-processing them. Another time can be pre-processing them. So next the word reducing process can be completed. It can be ghost from this SILDA process. The SILDA our proposed algorithm is an SILDA process, so you can implement them. So the SILDA process then mainly can be classified the three types of classification. First the process in data classification, data separation and data cluster distance. It can be classified the data it can classify from the positive, negative, and super positive and super negative, and weak positive and weak negative. So the data separation mean it can be separated, and it can be give the clustering count. So it can be clustering them. After the clustering distance it can be classified the clustering distance, it can be calculation. After the data can be classified data, and cluster distance can be remove the cluster distance, can be calculation the highest distance amount of cluster data, and it can be goes for the micro clustering process. In the micro clustering process is it can be give the cluster data set cluster distance based, it can be give the result, announce the result. For example, many of the positive numbers of the cluster can be higher than this data set, so it can be announced this it is positive. So then some of the negative words can be acquired, so it can announce this the data set is negative. So this micro clustering is done, you display from the result from our data. It is our project. So it is our project title, Twitter sentimental analysis. So click your project and open your project package, and choose your package name, Twitter sentimental analysis. So click this home frame, and right click this run file. If you click this run file, your project can be run to start. So it is our project home page. The project title name is mining coherent topic with pre-land interest knowledge in Twitter. So click this file and click this start. So if you start process, click this frame and click this data selection. It is the main frame of the data selection process. So we can be select this our Twitter dataset. So click this browse and click this Twitter dataset.txt and click this open. If you click the open, our frame can be load your Twitter dataset, and it can be viewed in this process. After the loading process can be completed, our dataset can be viewed in this process. This is all of this Twitter dataset. It can be viewed for this in this process. The Twitter date and time and all of the unstructured Twitter dataset can be using for in our process. So next we can click this next. So it is in stopword remover process. So click this load stopword. It is in stopword dictionary can be viewing this process, and it can be matching for our original dataset, and it can be removing this word can be comes, so it can be removed for this remover stopwords. So click this remover stop remover. Our unwanted data can be unwanted content can be removed for this stopword. So click this POS tagging. The POS tagging is the tool, it can be displayed, can be classified as our stopword dataset can be removed for this. This is it can be classified the nouns, pronouns, and verb and adverb, and CD means it is a number. So it can be classified these words in this post tagging process. So after the post tagging can be completed, it can be goes to this tag word. So it is a tag word means it is an only we can be remove this unwanted words, and it can be taken for noun and adjective words can be taken for this field. So the NN means is then noun words, and JJ is an adjective words can be taken for this process. So next process is on feature extraction. So click this feature extraction. The redundancy word can be avoided in this process. The main words can be taken this for the feature extraction process. So click this minimum distance. So it is a minimum distance of this one to another word distance can be correlation from in this process. So click this frequency count. It is in the frequency redundancy count can be displayed this for each word. So this one means the word redundancy count can be displayed this field. So next process is on it is in cluster formation process. So click this cluster data. The cluster can be formed. So view data. The cluster count can be displayed. The 0.0 it is in cluster count. The cluster count can be displayed for this for each words. So next process on cluster evaluation. In this cluster evaluation, the data frequency word count can be displayed. So we can be match this cluster count and this frequency content words. So we can be display this sentimental analysis from the Twitter streams. So click this next. So it is in final output for this field. So it is in Twitter overall result can be displayed. So it is our result is in weak positive. It means it not confidently positive. So it is in weak positive. The weak positive result can be displayed this overall to be result. So thank you for watching this video.